Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Returning and Home with me. Uh, Hope everybody's feeling well. I'm just getting over the flu, and I still got a lingering cough and a runny nose, but you don't want to hear about that. And all you're here for is the return. So I've managed to get Doug and Brian. And I'll just bring them in. So, well, there they are.
Good
The gruesome
afternoon,
twosome.
everybody. The gruesome. What do you mean, gruesome twosome?
The
That's
gruesome
There's
it.
only
twosome.
one gruesome here, that's me.
I just sort of sounded good, so it did. So I thought I would say it.
That's fine. That's fine.
So
It fits.
I will put these two
In
uh,
the back again.
nice
Quick,
gentlemen back in the background quick. We'll
good
get on
plan.
with today's project. So today's project is a piece of laburnum. I got this quite a while ago. It was quite wet when I got it, so I turned it down to a cylinder and sealed the end, so you can see it's turned and two tannins put on each end. Uh, I turned the ceiling off it the other day just to get it round to see what it was like. So it measures 6 inches long by 4.5 inches in depth. And
Diameter.
we're going to make some sort of a pot vase or something. And I've drilled a few holes in it. I was going to
Just
say
for,
they were a big woodworm,
just,
you know,
just for the fun of it, yeah.
just for the fun of it, just something else to add to it, you know.
Almost
So
Christmas tree shape.
this is going to be the bottom of the piece. So I
Ooh,
want to bring this down a wee bit, and the top is going to be more or less that wide. We'll uh, see what way there's cuts with the holes in it. It turned out all right on in the mahogany when I done it the other week. So I'm hoping this is the same. I don't get too much tear out on the top of it uh, and underneath. So I will get started, and the guys will tell me who's in and who's where, and we'll get started. Okay.
You
get
said
started.
woodworms. I was thinking termites.
I
Some
see.
big
Big
termites.
termites. Yeah.
Uh, I don't think we have termites over here.
You might
No.
not. It may be too cold and wet. Well, wet's not a
Well,
problem, but
certainly,
cold
So
maybe.
certainly.
I'm just going to use the bowl or spindle roughing gouge to take some of this waste timber away
Good
here.
man.
Okay. So
You
one
want
of
to
those
let
nice.
us know who's in there, Doug?
I'll be glad to. I'll be
Good
glad
man.
to.
You work
Going
away.
from the going from the chat. Of course, Paul and Brian and myself are here, and we are glad to see every one of you. Uh, Clint from Wood Dancers is here. Brian Eltonero de Madera. And I know I butchered that. My Spanish is terrible. Norman Greenwell is in. Chris Dodds, good day. Um, Terry Bartlett is here. Hello, Terry.
Hi, Terry.
Andy the Valley Woodturner, good to see you today. You had a good looking piece the other day. Brian Best is in. Paul
Oh, Brian.
Hoyton is in. Good to see you, Paul. And I'm at the bottom. I'm at the bottom of the chat. So
Mike Evans. Did you say Mike Evans?
no, no, I didn't see
Mike
Mike.
Evans is in. And Alex the Wood Butcher is in.
Hey, Alex, Mike.
Currently,
There's Mike.
We've got 19. Mike came in just before Brian was away. No, just after Chris does, I think.
There's Alex. Okay, I see everybody now. Yeah, and Pete Twisted Trees.
Pete from
Welcome
the
along,
trees.
everyone. Thanks
Hello,
for
Pete.
coming in and joining us today.
Twisted Pete of the Trees.
My chat's been a bit slow to upload as well there. I don't know what's going
Yeah,
on with the
it's
chat
that's
today.
funny how that works.
Hmm. I
But
can't see
anyway,
Pete. I can't see Pete of the Twisted Trees yet. That's funny.
um,
Malcolm Douglas is here. Malcolm.
hey Malcolm.
So I've just drilled an array of holes in this with different size Forstner bits. There's no pattern to them, just random put them in. I drew a wee line and a sort of a triangle just to flare it out a wee bit so I could keep them in within a certain width going towards the
Mm-hmm.
top. But you can put them any shape. There's no right and wrong way of doing that, you know.
Did you drill a
So
little bit deeper as you went toward what will be the bottom?
I'm just noticing that now, Doug. I might have to
Okay.
re-drill that because I want a couple of more bits of off that at the bottom. So I'll
Mhm.
just reach for my drill bits here and do that. You're on the ball, Doug,
Ah.
a day.
There's Pete. Um, so, which is going to be the top and which is going to be the bottom?
This is the bottom
That's the bottom.
here.
Okay.
That's the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I was
Are we,
gonna.
are we intent to hollow this out so the holes are actually holes? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking about that question before you started turning, but then as you turn that bottom section, it's pretty obvious that they were all the same depth or pretty close.
Yeah, they're pretty close to the same depth of it.
Ah, Malcolm has spent another cycle around the sun.
Oh, it has not.
Had
Has
a birthday. Hello, or happy
Hap-
birthday. How's that?
Okay. Yeah. Happy birthday, Malcolm. Or
Happy
happy
birthday,
getting older
Malcolm.
day. As
Mhm.
Pete would say, happy getting older day.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take another wee one or two cuts off the bottom of this, and then we'll even it
Oh.
out and get it sanded, and then
Yeah.
I might put some sort of bottom on it here. We'll see in a wee minute. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Gary Glass has joined us. Good to have
I
you,
like
Gary.
Hi,
Hi,
Gary.
Gary.
Lugworm. What's a lugworm? I've heard of a lug nut.
Lugworms. Yeah. So lug is Scottish for ear.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
I'll get you by the lug.
Okay. Sounds like something my grandfather would say.
Mm-hmm. That's an old-fashioned term in Scotland for ear.
Okay. Roger Kent, good morning, good sir.
Hi, Roger. And hello to everybody who's in the chat. We think this is a piece of laburnum. Kind of looks like laburnum.
And near sure it is a piece of laburnum.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, I got this wet and maybe 2 years ago, and I just was laying in a pile there, and I brought it in. What I done initially was to rough it down and put 2 tenons on it and seal the ends, and then I left it for must be about 9 months, and I brought it out last week and returned the surface of it and checked for cracks and redone the tenons on both ends. So
No cracks, no.
looking at it's lovely dry. It's lovely and dry, and there's no
Good.
cracks in it.
Good.
So it should turn out to be a nice piece of timber.
Good.
So I'm happy enough with that. Got a sort of a transition going into the bottom here. I don't know if I'm going to put a wee thing here or not. I don't know. I think it looks a bit better, just plain straight down. So we'll just leave it at that. So we'll do a wee bit of sanding at this, and then we can get it turned around and hollow it out. It's going to be a bit of a task at hand because I need to go right down and get holes all up here. I like to make things hard for myself.
Making life easy, aren't you?
Sure, if you have to try these things, and there's nothing else for it. And you can see if it works or not, and then you could tweak it afterwards. I was going to do the hashtag thing, but I made a mess of the piece of wood I was cutting up, so it didn't materialize. So that's this is why I'm doing this. So I'll get the dust extractor on. We'll get this giddy grit. We'll get sand that up.
Now Gary and Terry are both
Mhm.
having some fun with lugworm there now. That's
Very good.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
You're giving me an education this morning.
It is a fishing bait. It lives in the sand, I think, lugworms.
Yeah, that's
I
what
think so.
Terry has said. He said sand or mud. We have a worm here that is excellent fishing bait, and very few people know about it. There's a tree called a catalpa tree.
Mhm.
There's a worm that is specific to the catalpa tree. So if you have one in your yard and you're a fisherman, you have a prize. Collect those worms when they come out and use them for bait. And supposedly the fish cannot resist them.
I'll just go through
Yeah.
the grits. This is 120. Just stop it and have an wee look before we move on to the next grit. No really bad lines. Maybe a wee bit of a line there.
Mhm.
Uh, 180.
So hope everybody had a good weekend. My weekend was excellent. I have to say.
Yeah, good weekend.
It was peaceful.
Good. We had a pretty good weekend here. It was nice weather, cooled off. It felt like fall, and very enjoyable.
Mm.
Went to a craft fair.
Paul was at a craft fair yesterday.
The one we went several years ago, and it was great. We had a great time. In fact, we went last year and had a good time. This year, I was a little disappointed. Um, there was virtually no woodwork. Um,
Mm.
a little bit like some game boards and that kind of thing, but no turning at all. Not a single turn piece.
Well,
Um, I could have wiped the house down, or
You should have been in
it,
there, Doug, straight away.
yeah. If I was set up for that, I'm getting there. I'm doing a show later this month, but I don't have to have the credit card business and all of that. So, or a tent even. I just take a table and set it up. So I may go ahead and get a second table. I got to talk to the lady first. Oh,
Gary Clark had an average weekend. Oh, Gary had an average weekend. He says, I finally got to my lathe, messed up the first pen by using the wrong bushings. Well done that. Blew out the second blank, and the third time lucky
320.
managed to turn a pen. Good man, Gary. Well done.
that works. That works.
Rex B's in.
Rex, hello, Rex.
Welcome along, Rex.
I think Rex must think he's in the wrong channel.
that's what I was starting to look back the list. Wayne's not in this yet. If he
No,
comes in, that would be unusual for Wayne to come in on Monday.
Gary's 100% right. He says, proves there's no substitute for practice. 11 weeks away from the lathe, and boy, did it show. I know the feeling.
Yeah.
I had 3 weeks off there, and when I went first day I went back, I kind of had forgotten how to turn almost. Well, at least that's how it felt.
Right.
I hadn't forgotten at all, but just you kind of lose the knack.
Muscle memory goes to lacking a little bit. That's why some folks talk about going in, having a practice routine that every time you start up, might be a small spindle or something.
Do that.
Yeah, to warm up.
Just to kind of warm up and remind your muscles what they're doing. I've been very fortunate. I've had not had much trouble with that kind of thing, so they're able to jump right in. Rex
Well,
is
did we
asking
taste
you a
the sound
question there,
sealer?
Brian.
See that? Yeah. Horses are grand, Rex. I haven't done any videos recently. Farrier day tomorrow. I've got 6 horses. Farrier's coming to trim all 6 sets of hoofs tomorrow. Maybe do a couple of little videos there and pop them up. We'll see how it goes. But I've been busy cutting grass, etc. I haven't done much of the horses in the last few weeks. I haven't done much of anything in the last 3 weeks. Not been very well.
Yeah, it's that time of the year. Everybody gets sort of
Oh, yes.
cold or something.
Chris Dodd says, I did my 3 wing piece, enjoyed doing it that much. 1 became 3.
That happens. It does. It
it
does.
does. You kind of get the bug for the kind of things.
Well,
That's why we,
I have.
that's why we started that hashtag thing, so that we could try and keep people something to do and keep them interested.
Well, I had a plan to do the hashtag today, but I messed the piece of wood up. I was squaring up and it made a mess of it, so I just decided to hold
something
fire on it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
But I will do. I will make the piece like.
Anybody who's done a piece, the photos need to be with Steve by this Friday coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We taste the Yorkshire grit in that.
So I've got 4 days to get mine done yet. I haven't done one yet.
You have.
Yep. I'm in the same program.
Oh, no, that's right. You've been sick. Yeah. I understand.
So we just put this Yorkshire grit into the piece and give it a wee chance to do its job. And I've turned the speed down at 300 RPMs.
Rex is asking, Paul, how effective is your dust collection where you have it positioned?
Very good.
It should be ideal just underneath the bottom.
Yeah, it's very good.
Standing on the bottom, we should just catch it all.
Yep. We have it right in front of you there, here. It picks all the dust coming off. If you lift your hand to sand up here, then it's going to come towards your body, upper chest. But if you keep your sandpaper low, it's going towards the hole. It's all to do with where you hold the sandpaper when you're sanding. You'll see that it'll change the outcome of where it goes, the dust.
Norman Greenwell had his COVID jab yesterday. Feels terrible today.
See, that's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah, we were just talking about that before we came on, Norman. And it kind of continues our conversation, Brian. Do what your doctor suggests is what I would say personally. I have to set an appointment with my doctor, my annual checkup, and I'll see what she says. Last year they said, you want your booster if we got it. I said, absolutely I do. She came in with a flu shot, didn't come with a COVID booster, so they must not have had any. I never did get it, so no issues. Then lo and behold, another second nurse comes in with a second flu shot.
You thought you were getting away?
Well, I'd already had one. And she says, roll your sleeve up. I said, for what? She said, this is a flu shot. I said, they already gave that to me back before the appointment started.
Yeah.
She looked real puzzled and went back out, and she just didn't look at this chart.
Yeah, obviously.
Wow.
Alex had not had a chance to get to the lathe for a while. It's just too much going on. That happens.
Yeah.
Life gets in the way sometimes. He says he doesn't look like he'll get a piece done before Friday. Oh, Alex. Oh.
Okay, have to try.
That's a shame, buddy. Sure, there's always the next hashtag challenge.
Absolutely. Every month. You were talking about that a while ago, Brian. the thing I like about it is it kind of pushes you to do
Just
something
Mr.
intentionally.
Crystalline wax I use. I don't use oils or anything like that there. I use the wax.
It's grand.
It's a nice bit of wood.
Laburnum doesn't need anything else, but
No.
It's a
it
lovely
shine-
grain, isn't it?
it shines up nice anyway.
Yeah.
Right. We'll let that sit and we'll turn it around. While that hardens a bit, and then we can buff it up while we're halfway through the process of hollowing it out.
Absolutely.
Key in pocket.
The terrible Terry.
Terrible Terry got fussed at, didn't he?
Terry was breaking all the rules last night.
He was, aye. Mm.
And you were in there supporting him, Paul. Come
Yeah,
on.
I agree. It was only 20 seconds, if that.
I remember. Doesn't matter how fast it is, how long it's in there. You make a mistake and turn the light on, you'll never do it again, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
If it doesn't hit you, it'll scare you to death.
Okay.
He says, don't let Brian have that piece of wood, he'd paint it. I might.
I just brought the tailstock up for a bit of support. I got that in the chuck and seat it properly.
Always a good plan.
It helps.
Kind of helps to get it squared in the chuck.
It's running nice and true.
Yes.
So now the hollowing starts. This will be fun.
Rick says he got back to his lathe yesterday after months of treatments. It's just great to get back to the lathe. Good man, Rex. I'm glad.
Absolutely.
And I hope you're feeling not too bad. And the treatments are working. That's the important thing.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to use the Forstner bit to drill a hole here to give me
No.
an entrance into it. And it's not cheating, okay?
Say it ain't so. No, it's absolutely not cheating.
Anything you can do to make your life easier.
It's using a cutting tool to cut a hole. Why
Yep.
is it cheating? I don't understand. I don't get the mentality of that.
Some people say it's cheating. It's not cheating.
I don't consider it cheating. I just consider it's a shortcut on the way to do what you were trying to do. I don't typically drill mine out, but that's just me. You know,
on something as long as that 6.5 inches, I would drill it. But if it's only like a goblet or 3 or 4 inches,
right,
I would use a spindle gauge. But not for anything deeper than that. I think it's
I might drill a depth hole with like a 3/8 or 1/2 inch drill, but in fact, I've got a 3/8 lamp drill
I want to turn
in a handle.
Yeah.
This is a 35 mil Forstner bit I'm got in this. It'll be quite hard because you're going in it on the end grain, so it will probably smoke a bit and make quite a bit of noise.
Right. Rex has asked a question. He says, "Are there some Forstner bits that you would recommend?"
Right. Forstner bits?
Yeah.
Right. I just stopped the lathe. Sharp ones would. Right.
Sharp ones are always good. Yeah.
That's the smart aleck answer. Sorry.
I have 2 sets of different Forstner bits. I have the traditional ones that normally everybody gets with the teeth on it. And then I come across these ones, which are far better. Where they are.
They have a leading cut.
Yep, and they're far sharper and they cut better. If you look at the edge of those,
what make are they, Paul?
I don't know what. Wonder does it say in that box? No, I picked this up at a garage sale. The guy was selling all his tools, and it just happened to be sitting there. If you go onto eBay and look, you more or less you can see those bits. You're looking for the 2 pronged with the 2 sides on it. I don't know what the name of those are.
Oh God,
that's
it.
that's a traditional Forstner bit that normally everybody will have
Mhm.
or gets, but that's definitely totally different, and it's far better than cotton. So it
Yeah.
is.
So there are kind of three types. There's probably a whole lot more than three types, but the three main types are like that red one that Paul had with the sort of leading edge, which cuts a groove, and then that allows the cutting blade to lift the timber out.
Yeah.
The sawtooth ones, which are good for angling, I have to say. And there is a wave tooth blade as well that you can get now. But I'm sure there are more varieties than that. There are all sorts of ones, adjustable ones, and but the rule of thumb is for a good Forstner bit is the price. If you're buying a set of Forstner bits that are coming at sort of less than a tenner, they're not going to last.
Right.
I don't think there were a whole lot of money. Like they
No.
weren't there.
But if you the rule of thumb for me anyway is buy decent Forstner bits. Spend a bit of money on them, and they'll last you a lifetime. If you buy cheap ones, they might last 6 months. And you have to throw them away again.
And you want to get a
Fancy.
diamond card that will go in
Hmm.
there and sharpen those clean out blades as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking. There it is. I've got it's a 2 1/4 inch. So that'd be what, about 60, 65 mil.
Two and a quarter inch, yeah. It's,
Um,
56 mil.
yeah. Okay. That was 27 US. So, but it's a good one. It goes into that face grain to make an initial recess very easily.
Mm-hmm.
We
Basically, you get what you pay for, to be honest.
yeah,
Yeah, if
you
you
really
buy the
do.
Chinese ones, they're not worth the money.
Right.
You're better paying decent money for a good set.
I'm using
There,
Planet ones at the minute. That's
Yeah.
yes,
set.
yes.
Planet are
Planet
usually
ones.
good.
And that's the bigger ones now. That's sort of 2 inch upwards I'm looking at now. Just buy one at a time.
So I'm just going to use the bull gouge here to hug this out.
There's a entry into the chat says talk of the devil and he's sure to appear.
Yeah, there is.
Terrible Terry. Hello,
Terrible.
Terry, how are you
Terrible.
today? Just passing through, so he's
It's
trying to
not
get
terrible.
himself motivated.
It's not terrible, Terry. It's the invincible Mr. Terry from Kingdom Hearts.
Whatever he happens to be at the moment.
Gary, I didn't make it down to the IWG seminar because I forgot to buy a ticket.
You didn't have to buy a ticket. You could walk
What?
in.
Well, can you pay on the door?
Yeah, you can pay at the door.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You don't have to have a ticket.
I didn't buy a ticket, so I didn't go.
Emma was there, so she was.
Emma was there, right?
Yeah, she had the
Pat-
whole
Pat-
stall set up.
Pat Carroll
Big
was
stall
there.
too.
She came out. She came in the van. Yeah.
Isn't that where wasn't Barbara Dill there?
Yep, she was indeed.
Yeah, that's her last
Public demo.
public demonstration. Yeah, she's retiring. Yeah.
Right.
She says she's still going to do some teaching, some private lesson kind of stuff, and still going to turn, but she's not going to do demos anymore. So I met Barbara years ago.
I was going to say she's been around for a long time.
Yeah, before she started doing the off-center stuff and offset stuff, I met her, and she actually gave me a I don't know, it's about 3.5 feet, 4x4 black walnut, and it was solid. It had no cracks at all in it. She gave me a treasure. I don't know why she gave that to me, but she did. Anyway, Malcolm talks about. Go ahead.
I've only ever seen her on a couple of demos that have been recorded by clubs. You know.
Right.
That's the only time I've ever seen her on YouTube.
I think she's got a YouTube channel, but she doesn't have much on it. I think there's some explanation kind of things, like the opening to her demonstration just talking about it and
Okay.
how she developed some of her processes. Malcolm talks about he uses Bosch Fostner bits, and they last a long time. I had, speaking of those Fostner bits, I was given some advice. We've got 2 or 3 woodworking stores that have a lot of good information and have all the tools that we need. Woodcraft is one of those, and they told me don't buy the sets, buy the
Nope.
Fostner bit that you need.
Mhm.
And even if it's the same brand as what the set is, you get a better bit if you buy individual. So
Yeah. I'm just buying I'll have a couple of peep sets that I bought in the early days, not when I didn't know any better.
right,
But now I'm starting to buy some decent ones, and just buying them individually is right.
right. Pete said he buys a cheap set of the Fostner bits. Then when they get worn out and need replacing, he does that with the quality ones because they're the ones you use. Absolutely.
Not quite there
Absolutely.
yet. Thickness.
And Pete's buying the Bosch wave cutters. That's the ones I mentioned.
Those wave cutters seem to be really nice Fostner bits. Time or two I've seen him use those. They seem to work really nice. So they work well on both end grain and face grain. Ah, I saw some daylight.
I get a hole
Little.
there.
Just a little bit.
Fair little
You're
hole.
getting close.
And you
You're
can see
getting
it.
close.
Just get back over. You can see there's a hole in that one, and that one's near through. So I'm going to leave the wall thickness about a quarter of an inch. So I just put those holes in roughly about a quarter of an inch deep with it initially. So to give it a bit of stability. When I get the top half of this done here, and then I can work again on the bottom, I just want to find my depth and get the holes showing through.
Terry's leaving to go to his allotment. So, Terry, you have a great day.
Indeed.
Professor Rob is in. Hello,
And
Rob.
don't be doing too much up there, Terry.
Too much, Terry?
Yeah. Yeah. He needs told sometimes. Don't know if that's going to work, that link.
Why, sure.
Why is that not working?
Where's these holes up? There's bound to be close to them now.
So that link I've just put in is to the Bosch Wave Fostner bits that Pete was talking about. You get from Toolstation. All different sizes. It pays you money. That one particular one is a 25mm. They're all different sizes. So you can have a look at them, Rex, see what you think.
Switching over to spindle guides here. Trying to clean this top piece up. I'm bound to be through now. Well, there's one hole. There's 2 holes coming. It's in the vicinity of it. Not far to go.
And Peter said that Terry needs to be locked in. Terry's a germ factory. He needs to be locked in his workshop. He shouldn't be going out. He's going out into the fresh air and he'll be socially distanced.
That fresh air, I tell you what, that's good medicine.
Certainly is.
back in 2000 when COVID got to be so bad, our governor was urging everybody to go out, take a walk every day. Stay away from people, but go take a walk. And the few people that took that advice, I think, fared pretty well.
We had the same advice here.
Oh, good,
You,
good.
you weren't allowed to go outside unless you were exercising.
Right? We were allowed to go outside, but just urged not, told, do not stop and have
Yeah.
gatherings.
You could only be by yourself, basically, or your family.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Your own personal bubble, if you like.
Right. I'm thinking I have to go a bit thinner on the wall thickness because I think if you imagine when you drill a hole, you're going down what you think is 1/4 inch because it's round. It's
Not
I think
quite.
that's what's throwing it off because
Yes.
I'm down quite a bit there, and some of those are not through yet, but they're getting there, so it could end up quite thin.
Mike at Dancing with Aardvarks has joined us. Hello, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, Rob says COVID or not, life goes on. It does indeed. You just have to get on
It
with
does.
it. Easy now.
Doesn't like that.
No.
Let's see here. Oh, there's a nice clean one there. Just these ones. I'll get these couple of top ones. Just 2 there. It's not
Have you got a carbide?
Yes, I have. I'm just going to use it in a wee second.
You're just kind of catching the wing on the edge of your.
Keep catching that on the bottom.
The other thing you could do is take your drill bit and run through there.
And I don't want to tear it out, Doug.
Well, then you can come back. You could scrape it back out and clean it up. That'd be one way. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it there in the camera. You can see the remnant. It's almost there.
Yeah.
It's just there. So I'll just take a couple of more cuts off it, and I'm catching on this here. I need to take that down.
You're catching on the bottom, are you?
Yeah, I'm catching on the bottom.
Take a bit more out of the bottom first then.
I'll take a wee bit more out of that and hollow that out because
I thought you were catching the wing in one of the holes.
No. It's catching on the bottom here.
Oh, that's easy. That's easier, Emily. Just take a bit more out.
Sure is. Yeah, Brian. That was Brian Best. That's what I was saying. Come back with a drill bit and deepen those holes a little bit. He's not wanting to tear out on the inside.
And if you're using the Forstner Brett, it will tear out. That's why they've got a long point on them, so you can drill them on both sides. Chris from Bailey's Woodworks is in. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Right.
Welcome along, buddy.
Welcome along, Chris. I'll just get that up a wee bit and juke it into the piece. Give a a wee bit more.
It was very good here too. Alex said we loved when COVID was on. You only saw about 2 cars a day coming through the village. It was the same here. There was very little moving.
Yeah,
during the 2 main lockdowns, there was very little moved at all.
Yeah, the interstate systems here were pretty quiet. Still had a lot of the big trucks. Not so much of the cars as they had before.
Ooh.
The spindle gauge or the bowl gauge you're using?
The bowl gauge. I wanted to use that because there was more thickness on it, but I'm going to change over to this Simon Hope tool I bought.
Simon Hope.
Carbide cutter.
There you go.
Ooh, oh, yeah.
That's the tool right there.
That'll shift it.
And it's set at the angle and all, and it's a nice flat bar for your tool.
Is it set to 45 degrees or 30 degrees? I can't remember.
I couldn't tell you. They don't sell those here, so unfortunately.
That is a beastie of a tool.
Yes, yes. I do still like
Can
my.
you hear my dogs?
Yes, yes.
That's because Michelle's just arrived home.
Ah, Mama's dog, huh?
Yeah, Mama's dog. Yeah.
Unless she's not home.
And then it's at the window looking for her.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you got to be close on those that aren't through yet.
Yep.
Ooh. Michelle just brought me a present. It's a bottle of 0% alcohol Doom Bar. And it's in a bottle too.
Hello.
And that's a local Asda. Normally I have to buy it from of Amazon and get
There
it
you go.
shipped because they don't sell it here. But she brought me that bottle without a bottle opener. Hey, what good is that?
Torture.
I mean,
She's mad at you about something, isn't she?
just, what did I do?
Of course, Pete would say, "What's the point? No alcohol."
Yeah, I know. But it's a good thing if you're just a social drinker. That would be nice. You don't have to have alcohol.
Yes, yes.
I'll try this. I might actually quite like that. It's half a litre of amber ale, it says. But they sell Guinness now with no alcohol.
That's a nice cut tool.
It is nice, isn't it?
Yep.
And it's easy controlled as well. You just
It's not wanting to bend over all the time.
glide it up and down the side of your piece, and it's nice.
Gary says 0% alcohol, as much use as an ashtray on a motorcycle. Come on, Michelle.
Cheers, Rob. Rob says you'll send me one of my bottle openers.
Yeah.
Good man.
But you'll have to turn a handle for it yourself.
Well, that'll be all right. That's not a big deal.
Right?
I think I can manage that, you know.
Nah, that's funny.
Oh,
Okay.
Pete says, I drink 0% Doom Bar when it's my turn to drive home. It's okay, but not the same as the real thing. And Alex says they can keep all that horrible beer plus lager stuff. Oh, he's obviously a whiskey man.
Oh, me. Goodness gracious.
Have you had your breakfast yet, Doug?
Have I had mine yet? No. No.
I was wondering because it's a bit early for you, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's what, 8:43? So
it's 1:45 here.
Right. Yeah, Monday mornings I get up just about in time to come into this live.
Good man.
Which I was doing before. I was in all the lunchtime lives before,
You were, right?
but not as an earworm. So, but yeah, get up at 7:30. Even though I've got nothing else
in here. So
you did a bit of light.
Little light.
Yeah, I was up quite early this morning. I was up quite early this morning myself too, 7:30. And I spent a couple of hours cutting grass this morning.
Ah, okay.
Hopefully this will be the last cut of the year. Hopefully.
Well, they're also on to, except for this one, it needs a wee bit. I'm getting really thin on these wee bits here. This is the pieces that I was worrying about because
yeah, it gets to break out.
Because I drilled them too close together.
Go careful, you should be all right.
So we'll take it easy, and you can see the way that tool sits. on the angle, the 45 degrees, and just racking it back or forward. And the actual tool is shaped so that you can follow with the side of your piece.
There's something funny about these pictures.
JP Woodwork is in. Hello, JP.
Right, JP. We're just talking about bottle openers.
That's it now. Yo, we can move on.
JP
Right.
will get that.
We'll dribble
Yeah,
some more of this out, and we'll take it down the rest of the way.
Alex says I only have the odd glass of port at home, otherwise I don't drink alcohol. Quite right too. It's a disgraceful habit. Norman Greenwell says our Scotty puppy is the alarm at 7 o'clock every morning. Yep. My dogs do the same thing, but Michelle gets up. That's fine. For her dogs at the end of the day.
When we had a
I like
dog,
to
he did not-
retract the quill when I'm drilling and hang out and bring it back into the tailstock and move the whole tailstock forward.
Sure.
In case you get a jam or a catch, it could end up bending your quill if you're too far extended out, you know.
Could do.
You don't want to do that.
Mhm.
That's a wee safety point.
It's always good to
practice.
keep your good practice to keep your quill relatively short. Oh, the one I've got's a beast of a thing.
JP gave his niece a bottle opener yesterday. They made the mistake of showing her 2 others. She decided she wanted all 3. So he lost all 3 of them. Lost them all 3.
Nothing lost what a friend gets.
That's me out of my bottom where I want to
Good
be.
man. Excellent.
Good.
Just good job of stop there.
Yeah,
Brad.
it is.
I could have been
It is.
doing your thing on Thursday night.
Go right through the bottom. Shh. Stop telling
Yeah.
people about
Well, I
keep
must
bringing
admit,
that up, you know.
I was making a competition piece for Saturday coming here.
Mhm.
You coming to the
Oh,
meeting on
competition.
Saturday? The competition piece.
I haven't even got that in my diary.
Oh, see,
What's going on here? Why nobody tells me anything?
it's in the shavings. You get your shavings.
Did
Your
I get my
magazine,
shit?
your wee-
Oh God! Does that come in
Well,
email?
Yep. Well, I'll tell you now. It's a piece with inlay. It could be anything inlaid.
An inlaid piece.
Okay.
Mm.
So after
I
So,
haven't done anything.
I started making a piece and I went too close to the bottom and I ended up going through.
Oh.
So I did. So I had to come up with a cunning way of what did I do with that? Looking for my knockout bar. It fell here.
JP Woodworks was just JP's just put in the chat. He says Paul needs to stop coming up with these cool projects. I need to come up with some ideas of my own at some point. There's no such thing as a new project, JP. We'll just keep
No.
recycling them.
Right.
Absolutely.
I'm going to show you this, but I shouldn't really show you this because I'm entering this into the competition on Saturday. But I've managed to fix it. Okay.
Ah, very nice.
It's inlaid
Right. Okay.
and it went too thin on the bottom. So it's now
so-
on a pedestal with
Oh,
a
it's
tea
on a
light in it.
pedestal.
Right.
Okay.
You know. I'll just show you that. There's it there.
Ah.
Pedestal. So
Nice pedestal.
that's my
interesting.
way of getting out of it.
Absolutely. That's a good way.
Beats throwing it in the bin.
I didn't want to redo it
or-
again after laser engraving and putting the milli put into the engraving part of it. I done a full burn at maximum power and shoved the milli put down into the groove
All right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
to get the inlay into it. You know, right? Okay. we can get back into this again.
That's actually
So,
that's actually a cunning plan.
yeah, you're not always stuck. If you come up with an idea, you can usually rectify it in some
I want
way.
one of those little. I
Sure.
want one of those little LED lights. Where did you get that, Paul?
I got that in the woodshed,
Oh God, cost a fortune, man.
but you can get it online at
It's just a magnetic LED, is it?
yeah, just
Does it work off USB?
no, it works off a wee transformer.
Right.
And it's an ordinary wee plug, you know, and there's
Doesn't,
quite a long lead on it.
Yeah.
And you have a wee jack plug
Okay.
for it, you know. They're could be light.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
doesn't Emma have something like that on her website?
Sure she does.
Yes,
Yes,
Emma
everything.
has them.
She-
Yes.
She has everything else.
I thought I remembered that. Yeah, she has a lot of things, doesn't she?
She has, I.
She had some stuff with her on Saturday. She had
I would,
I seen the
Brian.
photographs.
I would think you could find something like that on Amazon without too much trouble.
I would think so. I'm just about to.
I'll send you a link to it later on, Brian. I know where I seen another one online, and you get it from this place that does Alexa that. I just can't remember the name of it, but they weren't dear. Okay, well, and so take some of this away.
A light like that, when you're doing deep hollowing like this,
Mm-hmm.
makes a big difference in being able to see.
I've got all
It's a good
sorts of
tool for
fancy.
deep hollowing. Yeah.
JP says he's got an endoscope with a built-in light. It plugs into USB. You can get them quite cheap, and it's a camera too. Yes, it is. Oh, okay. LED key fob from Poundland, Mike says. Easy to convert.
Just stop that and have a wee look and see where we are here. Quite a bit of shavings in it. We light fell off. Still good bit to go yet. I think I'm too low. I think just raise that up a bit.
That's actually a very good hollow picture of the hollowing.
Yeah, it is.
Dr. Glencoe says Brian mentioned breakfast, so I had to go and make some cinnamon toast. Good man to enjoy. I just had my lunch. Gary's having to go. He's going to have to finish packing. He's back off to work again.
Thanks for
Enjoy,
coming in, Gary.
Bye, Gary. Cinnamon toast. I haven't had any good cinnamon toast in years.
Because it's not quite 8 a.m. there yet.
Right. Yeah, he's earlier than I am.
Hmm.
An hour earlier to be exact.
It's a big country, America.
Yeah, 4 time zones. I guess if you include Hawaii, it'd be 5 time zones. 5 or 6. Can't remember the time difference between here and Hawaii.
Not something I would know either.
I know I lived, what is it, 3 hours west of where I am now. That was in Central Time Zone. We were there for 9 years, and I never did get used to that time difference. I like Eastern Time.
Oh, Pete's having trouble with the pixies today. They keep pinching everything. Every time I put down a pencil, dust brush, chuck key. Now I can't find the cut, he says. Oh dear.
Sounds like a personal problem.
We get days like that. We all get days like that.
Yeah.
Now don't forget Alaska time too, Doug, says Todd.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Yes, U.S. is a large country. It's wide, extremely wide.
That's right.
Of
Yeah.
course, for me to go from here to Canada is it's a hard 8 hours. To go to Key West, it's going to be, which is the southernmost point. It's going to be almost an entire day, almost 24 hours. It's a long way down there. Not quite that long. 14
you guys
hours
are used,
from here to Orlando. But
you guys are used to long distance traveling. We are not.
right.
It's a big deal for us to drive an hour and a half to go anywhere.
Yeah, see, I go to my parents fairly often. They're an hour and a half from me, down in Louisville, Kentucky.
So we're about here. We're just coming through that hole in this one next to it, and we're not far away from going through that one.
It's looking good, Paul.
I've changed over to this other.
Just a larger cutter head.
Yes, a larger cutter head. It's very aggressive.
Is that a hexagonal bar? Yeah.
Yeah, it's hexagonal bar. I was given this by Brendan. He couldn't handle it. He said it was too aggressive for him.
He couldn't get the hang of it.
So he gave it to me. Good for angry.
The flip camera is muddling my brain a bit. Yeah, it does mine too, Mike.
The only thing you have to hold on tight to it, it's it's wanting to pull over all the time and stuff. So you have to allow for.
I'm surprised Brendan didn't come up with some kind of brace for it. Something like they have on the Robert Sorby texturing tool.
Yeah.
You could put a flat across your tool rest on it.
You could have put a flat bar on that. I think that's a homemade too, by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looks a bit.
The
hexagonal bar that's putting me off.
I don't know where he got it.
It's like an easy wood style handle as well.
Yeah.
It's quite aggressive when you have it flat, for sure.
Oh yes. Keep saying farthest north to farthest south in the UK can be done in 15 hours without breaking the speed limit. Yeah,
Can't,
15 hours. I can't get to Key West, and I'm in the middle of the country as
yeah,
far as north and south goes.
Right,
you
all
can
the
drive.
holes are cut.
You can drive from one tip in the island to the other, and it's about 6.5 hours.
Wow. Yes, yes. Those all the countries in that area are relatively small, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Till you get over to like, well, the former USSR,
Yeah, Russia, yeah.
massive piece of land there.
That's
I guess the country of Russia is still pretty large, even though they've
yeah.
broken up now.
They have lots of time zones too.
I actually need a wee bit more support on that tool rest here. Trying to get it in. It's wanting to bounce an awful lot because you imagine from here to there, that's an
Four
awful lot
inches
of
over the
room.
tool rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Going back to the Simon Hope
Yeah,
bar. So I'm going around. I don't know if you can see down in there.
Yeah,
Let's see.
just about. Yeah.
I bring a tool.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I'm just going around the bottom, over in,
Mm-hmm.
sweeping into the bottom. I'm not going flat with the bottom. Just going to sweep it around in a nice oval shape, you know.
Perfect.
So we'll see if we can tidy this up now and this inside.
No, JP, there isn't. The firewood factory's not there.
Todd has said it's over 900 miles from north to south or south to north in Texas. Yes, Texas is a large state geographically, very large, and there's a lot of people there too.
Brian with a Y says it's looking really cool, Paul. I might just copy that on a piece of olive I have. I have an idea for the summer for a summer thing.
And amazing a couple of holes in a piece will make a big difference, you know, than just leave it plain, you know.
Clinton the Wood Dancer says you need a box rest or a longer handle.
Well, I
Box
haven't got
rest would be
any
good.
handle on this. The handle's sitting over there. So it's actually the part of the Simon Hope hollowing system.
It
I
is,
have
yeah.
the whole rig sitting in the drawer there. So if I had that connected to it, it would be more steady.
Would.
But there's only a wee ways to go, so we'll just try and nibble away at it and get it out.
Gently catchy monkey.
Maybe change the word that or tool a minute.
It says there's miles and miles of nothing in the western half of Texas. JP says I've driven from Texas to Oregon before and from South Carolina to Key West. I've got a tattoo that I had done in the most southern tattoo studio in the USA. Hey, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah, Key West, there's a lot of southernmost. I've been there one time and I want to go back. It's an interesting place. Played golf there, southernmost golf course. That was an interesting golf course. One of the greens was on a mangrove island. There's no land there. Kind of interesting. Just the roots of the mangrove trees that grow in salt water.
Yeah.
Just need to remove the shavings. It can build up quite quick, especially when you have holes and things.
JP says
grab.
The tattoo. JP says the tattoo was done by a tattoo artist from Manchester. Well, there you go.
Yeah, that trip you had, JP, you had a lot of driving in that trip. That's crazy. Texas to Oregon alone, that'd be, golly. What was that, 3 days, maybe? Yeah, 85-mile-an-hour speed limits Todd's talking about.
85
some of
miles
those-
an hour.
85
That's-
miles per hour. Yes,
That's
fast.
Hmm.
Very fast.
I very rarely go above 50 nowadays.
I live less than a mile from the interstate highway, one of the north and south interstates, and speed limit there is 70, but you would think it was 80 or 85 the way people drive on it.
Hmm.
Unbelievable. And it's in construction, this stretch out here beside me, so speed limit's reduced to 55, I believe it is, and people drive it like there's nothing going on, well over 70, which is the regular speed limit. Yeah, a lot of those interstates out where Todd is are flat and straight, he says. You're exactly right. Kind of like Indiana. Indiana is flat and straight, very few curves. You can see the roadway for miles ahead of you sometimes.
I don't like that. You can't see more than 100 yards in this country.
Right,
On most roads.
Up and down and curvy, aren't they?
Up and down and round the corner. Yep.
Yeah, this part of the world is pretty much the same way. Where I am.
Mike from Dances Arbor wants to know how this cup's going to be holding the beer.
Not very well.
You certainly only be drinking out one side of it anyway.
A bucket of coffee. Jamie, where in the world did you get a bucket of coffee?
For $2.
Yeah, it wasn't at Starbucks, I can guarantee you that.
Roger Kemp wants to know when my next live is. My next planned live is Thursday evening. 7th of the 15th.
You're going to move over to that slot kind of permanent, aren't you?
Well, I might pop in and see you. I'll see how well I got on with the cutting of the grass this afternoon when I'm finished here. 2 horses that are here on holiday are going back into training today, so they're going back. So I have to go up to the yard after this.
Okay.
And I have some grass to cut. I have about 4 acres of grass to cut.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
I had the pleasure of cutting mine the other day. It was my mower has been acting up all summer. If it wasn't, I'd get one problem fixed and another problem would come up. So got it all together last week, I guess it was, and mowed all the front, all the back, all the side. So it was all cut at one time. First time in a long time it's been cut that well. So, and it really needs to be cut again to get it even. Little cockeyed here and there.
Yeah. I use a flail mower in the back of my tractor, so it's not so bad.
Right.
6 feet wide, so.
Rig, heavy nosed,
Scraper.
Just to clean the wee lines up.
Tickle the ridges.
Yeah. I've kind of changed my mind on scrapers since I've been watching Richard Raffin. He cleans the bottom of every one of his bowls with a scraper.
He does indeed. That's the Richards just doing what they did forever, basically. Use scraper.
Yeah.
Just going to give us a wee sharpen here. Help me again.
JB said he got that. Let's see, on the trip to the West Coast, I got it. I guess the bucket of coffee from a QT. I'm not sure what a QT is. all sorts of options for flavorings and milk creams, etc. Yeah, we do a lot of flavored creams to give coffee the flavor. Y'all know that's Wayne's favorite. He loves that
That's me.
flavored
Yeah,
coffee.
he loves flavored coffee. Yeah. Oh, QT, I like Race Pack or a 7-Eleven.
Okay, okay. A convenience store. Gas station, he said, yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
gas station.
Okay, that must be a Western brand. Todd put in there, yeah. I know Racetrack, I know 7-Eleven. There's several, not brands, I guess, but several main companies that do those now. Gotta say, Paul, that looks really nice at this point.
It does.
It's
I
getting there.
happen to agree with you. Definitely have to do something about that camera, though.
The overhead?
Yeah, back to front. It's gonna do my head on.
Yeah, you're looking at him. I don't think it would bother if the side camera was not there. But I know what you're saying. It's yeah.
Back to front. Definitely back to front. Mike wants to know if the gallon of coffee from the gas station comes with a pee bottle.
It would have to.
That would near have to, yeah. Once you buying a
Yeah.
gallon of coffee, I mean,
Coffee is a rental product. You don't buy coffee, you rent it.
yeah.
Easy in, quick out.
You boys drink some
Right.
coffee.
I really tend to leave that at that and
I
have
would think
the
it's a good
sandpaper
idea.
there. Because it's quite thin most of the way
Right. What have you got it down to? About 4 or 5 mil?
down. Let's see, where's my calipers?
Or is it less? I'll have to judge.
You see that?
It's about 5 mil, is it?
All right. It's about the same there.
Mm-hmm. Good job.
And we're right at the bottom of the last hole is. It's a wee bit less. It's more it's
Ooh.
thin.
Mhm.
So I don't want to really scrape any more off the bottom of it. So
I would
we'll try the sandpaper and
Yeah.
and tidy it up.
Well,
And
what about
I think I'll
120 go and see what happens? Yeah.
I'll turn that this off out of the way. Move that and that. And let's see, we'll need a bit of sandpaper.
Coffee smells great, tastes nasty, and stunts your growth, according to Todd.
No.
The world according to Todd.
That
Coffee does
yeah.
smell great, I have to agree. And it doesn't taste very nice. I don't like it.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things you either like it or you don't. It's kind of an acquired taste. When I started drinking coffee, I put lots of cream and sugar in it.
Excuse me.
Then I worked a construction job for a year or so, and a guy brought a big thermos. He said, if you have a cup, you can have some. So finally, I actually had a cup in my car, and I grabbed it. And he said, I don't have cream or sugar, so you just got to drink it black or forget it. So I learned to drink it black. Now I can't stand it with cream and sugar in it.
Hey, aren't I?
I have to be careful here. Just grab
Yes.
the sandpaper off me.
I might. I wouldn't be putting my fingers in there. I'd be putting that on a stick.
I was just thinking it might
I
be
have
the
a
safer
stick
bet.
somewhere Now you're saying that. Where
Somewhere?
it is.
Well, I will be looking for it because I won't be putting my fingers in there.
Well, I'll
Too
try
many
and
holes to
find
get
it.
your fingers nipped into. Richard Fields in. He says coffee's a lot better than tea. I prefer tea.
He said he liked his coffee flavored. He found that most places in the U.S. prefer their coffee watered flavor. I know what you're saying, Pete. I don't agree, but I know what you're saying. you like it Starbucks kind of coffee. I can't deal with Starbucks. It's way too strong.
Hard to beat freshly ground black coffee, said Richard.
Yeah.
Can't say I've ever had it.
Let's see, what could I use?
I have a small piece of flat stick with a bit of Velcro on it.
I'm going to use adapt my scraper with a sandpaper tape to it. If I can find the tape. I found the tape.
A piece of
I
stick
have a
with
stick.
a bit of Velcro stick.
Well,
with a bit of
Velcro on
stick
it, and it's somewhere
missing.
here in the shed, but I can't find it.
It's currently missing in action.
It's always the way when you go look for something you need.
Mm-hmm. I like using them with a lot of soft Velcro pads on them.
Yeah.
It kind of molds itself better to the piece.
We'll try this. Turn the speed down a bit.
Just be careful.
That seems to be working. Just take a gentle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Malcolm said he had the same situation working in a lab. They had no cream or sugar, so it was black or nothing. Yeah, you get used to it that way, and it's I could never go back. My wife keeps saying, "Oh, you can't taste it. Doesn't taste right." Well, yeah, it does.
Tastes just fine.
Tastes like coffee. It doesn't taste like sugar or cream or milk or whatever flavor you put in it. She'll go to a place that has all those flavored creamers, and she'll experiment mixing those flavors until she gets it just right. Ugh.
There's too much choice. You go to these coffee shops, you just want a cup of coffee.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's about 3 million choices. Whatever a flat white has to suddenly is, instead of just an ordinary coffee, I don't know.
It's a good way of selling coffee with all these different flavors in them.
Yes. Great way to get younger folks drinking coffee, for sure.
Oh, Mike says, has anyone used the Proxon detail sander? I've seen one for cheaps, but not sure whether it's worth having. Don't know. I never used one, to be honest. I've used the little sanding pad on my the mini grinder, the mini long neck grinder, and that works well, I have to say. But
I don't think I've even seen one.
A detail sander? No, I don't think
I haven't seen one. Don't even know what it looks like.
I'm going to have to look it up. Proxon detail sander. Oh, there it is. Well, it's just like a little orbital head on the end of it. The picture I've got has like a triangular foot
Mhm.
Attaching the abrasives to. Not sure how much use that would be to a woodworker.
Chris Bailey said he used a cheap, I don't know how you say that, Hikika sander, maybe $23. It was a detail mouse sander. So it's triangular, about a 3.5 inch triangular pad on it.
Yeah, that's the same as the Proxon, similar idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure how useful that would be, to be honest.
Huh. Diddly-dee-dee-dee.
Proxon
So-
also do a cylinder sander for the end of the long neck grinder,
Ah,
which is just like little flap reels that you put on the end. But a piece of stick with a bit of Velcro on it works the treat. That's for me
mhm.
anyway.
Yes. And you use like a paint stick, don't you?
Mhm.
Wonder
You
if
can
a
make
piece of
You can make
piece
your
of dowel rounded off a little bit might work well.
Well, I have a round one as well, a piece of oak that I used, which is round, and the Velcro. I just taped the Velcro around it so you can wrap the little felt pads or little neoprene pads that you get for the inertia sanders.
Right.
If you can stick them on, and that gives you a nice curve as well. So,
Sure.
and I also have one that I stuck a pad on the end of it, made a little dome on the end, and stuck that actually stapled the pad onto the end,
Okay.
right on the domed end of it to try and get right down into the bottom of a piece,
Right. Right.
particularly in narrow hollow forms.
Yeah, I think I've seen you use that a time or two.
Yeah, and it works a treat too.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no need to buy in fancy. You can make your own tools. But then going on Pete's logic, more tools you have, the better.
Brian Best is having to leave us. See you later, Brian.
Brian.
See you tomorrow night, Brian, if you're there.
Yep, see you, Brian. We'll hopefully be up tomorrow night. Who's on tomorrow night, Paul?
Billy
Me?
First.
All right, okay.
Billy First is on tomorrow night.
Good.
You talking about club? I thought you were asking about here on here, not me.
No, you're on tomorrow night. That's our club is on tomorrow night.
Yeah,
You're on
yeah,
tomorrow
yeah.
night on
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah. Our club's every Tuesday night, though, Doug. That's the problem.
Yes, I got you. I need to get a link put in.
Go and stick it in there.
I don't have it made yet.
Oh,
I'll
hard to
do
put
that
in
as
then.
soon as we finish. As soon as we finish.
We're all subscribed, Doug. It'll come to us.
Yes. Yeah, as soon as I get it in YouTube, you all will get it. And
Indeed, we will.
we're getting close to that 1,000 mark now.
You still not there?
Not quite.
I thought you would have been there long ago.
It's been creeping up very slowly. I've been in the 990s for like a month and a half. It's been
Just
crazy.
takes one video.
Yeah, the right one.
Mm-hmm.
I did get a couple. Forget what I put in. Oh, my Christmas tree video. I just did a short video on that and picked up 3, I think, and
They
lots
look
of
well,
great
your wee
comments.
trees, Doug.
I'm sorry.
Your wee trees look well.
Oh, thank you. Those
Jeez.
are a simple little thing.
Douglas said I was working for Thames Water. We had a job near Hampton Court We were trying to find the works. So went to the coffee shop opposite to ask, and we're charging £8 for a cup of coffee.
Wow.
That is
Proud of their coffee.
absolutely horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah. I would pass.
Yeah, me too.
I think I drink tea before I drink an $8 cup of coffee.
Oh, that is bad.
When I was in school, we had a open area, just a gathering place for the students, and they would allow us to have a coffee pot in there. Another fellow and I kind of took charge, and we set it up for, what do we say, $5 a week. They could get all the coffee they wanted,
Wow.
and it was just on the honor system.
Yeah.
If it was just going to be the one time, if they just wanted one cup for the whole week, they could put in just $1. But if they wanted to drink all the coffee they wanted for a week, $5. And any leftover money went to the students, and we would have a picnic or whatever once a month, and we'd use that money to help with that picnic. But anyway, we made a fair amount of money with that. And the other fella and I both, we would drink maybe a pot a day, not a cup, a whole pot. It was that cheap. We could make enough money on that deal that, and everybody was the same way. They could, if they wanted to drink a whole pot, no big deal. We made 5 or 6 pots every day, easily.
It's not expensive.
Tea is $9. Oh, in that case, no, I'm not drinking tea either.
Cellulose Sander Sealer.
Mike says his ideal sounding setup would be Drilly with the Phil Anderson Sandoflex. I don't think it's Phil Anderson Sandoflex, by the way. I think it's Sandoflex used by
Yeah.
Phil Anderson, but no.
He has told the story about that a few times.
He has, yeah.
He's a
good watches.
If I remember right, he started using the Sandoflex when he was in high school, working at a hardware store. They were carrying them. That's an old tool.
That's
I had one of those old metal ones a while back, and I think I got rid of it before I realized what I had. Got one of the newer ones now, but it's still in the package, as I remember. I have to find it again. Poor Drilly, getting ready to be retired.
I had an old blue Black & Decker drill for about, must have been 35 years, I think I had it. Before it expired.
Right. I will do a bit of sanding at that later by hand. But as you can see, it's, where are we? Let's see, tailstock. It's quite, where's the light?
It's very nice.
It's very dark.
Very dark. Just stick a light into one of the holes.
There you go.
There
you go.
That's not bad at all.
It's not too bad. A wee bit more sanding, refining that, it'll be okay.
But sanding with the grain might be advantageous for that.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So it's had a sort of cut sanding sealer on it, so that'll raise the grain a wee bit, and then I'll do a wee bit more sanding at it. But there's a wee nice wee vase or a wee pot for to sit on the windowsill or something like that.
A nice little vase of dried flowers or something would be good.
It's nice.
Yep, very nice. Well done, Paul.
So there you are, guys. That's
good. Another good turn. Well done, mate.
What we had today. I'll bring you guys back in, and I'll bring myself back in.
I've got a friend with me today.
I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And if you did and you haven't subscribed, please, think of doing so. It'll help me out a lot. And
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Doug needs a couple to get him to 1,000. And
Yeah.
if you haven't subscribed to him, please do so.
Would
guys,
appreciate it.
Nice wee. It is what it is. It's a wee pot.
It's a little decorative pot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Looks very nice.
and I think it looks better with the holes in it than just being plain. I think it just adds something to it. You know.
It
It's
adds
just
an
different, yeah.
interesting feature for people to talk about, and that's
Absolutely. It's nice.
So needs a wee bit of sanding in the inside, and I'll take the foot off, and I'll get a couple of photographs of it when it's finished. I'll probably take it in and sit down and sand it by hand, just by fingers, and working at it for an hour.
good
But
job.
it's not too bad inside. You know, it's quite flat. A couple of wee lines towards the bottom, but it'll be all right. So, guys, again, thanks very much for coming over on Saturday,
Nice
or Monday
compliments.
afternoon, and I hope you enjoyed that.
Good.
I did. Hollowing that. It's bad when you're hollowing something out because it's not good to watch. You know,
Well,
He'll
you
forget
actually
anybody
had the
ho-
cameras. You actually had the camera set up very well. We could actually see what you were doing, which was good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
helps if you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, that little light made
know,
a
so-
difference.
I
Definitely,
really
definitely
appreciate
one of those.
everybody coming in and having taking the time to come over. So there you are. Okay, guys, you can say
Thanks, guys.
cheerio, and we'll end it there.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I'll
Bye,
catch you
everybody.
Thursday. Doug's on tomorrow night.
All the best. Bye.